اوكي، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاه والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين اما بعد. So we're gonna talk about section 8, 4.8 and then 4.9, Newton's method and then antiderivatives. So let's start by Newton's method. Before I start solving problems, what is Newton's method? Okay, Newton's method, can anyone remind me? There is a formula. The whole section is about this formula. Xn plus 1 equals.
xn.
Let's tilt this a little bit. Yeah. Xn, yes, minus
f xn over the derivative.
Over derivative.
Yeah, xn. طبعا in if you want to say from 0 or from 1 to etc. Okay. Yes. For example, x2 is equal x1 minus f of x 1 over f prime of x1. Some books they start from 0. Okay, saying x1 is equal x0 minus f of x0 over f prime of x0. Okay. So some books they start from 0, some books they start from 1. Our textbook starts from 1, but it doesn't matter. I mean, some questions you may see that we start from 0, so it doesn't confuse you. I hope this will not confuse you. But why we are using this, Shabab? We are solving, or we are trying to approximate a root of the equation. What is the equation that we want to solve? هذه الفورمولا الأساسية. What is the equation that we're trying to solve? F of x equals zero. Okay, f of x equals 0. So this is the main equation. The Newton's method to try to find a root or to approximate to a root of this equation. Okay, this is an algebraic equation, and some functions, as you're gonna see in this exercises, some equations not easy to find the roots. Okay, so we try to approximate it by using this formula, which is called Newton's method. Also, you learn that if you're expecting one root, you try to guess. Okay, the x0 or x1, the first initial value, you try to guess it, and then you substitute here, you will get another number. Take that number, substitute here, you will get x3. That x3 should be better, let's say, or closer to the exact value. Take it, substitute again, you will get x4 and x5 and so on. This is iteration process here. Iteration process, we call it. So every time, the more in you go, the more times you substitute here again and again, the more closer you should get to the root. Of course, there are exceptions for this one. If, for example, the derivative, you see, look here, it is in the denominator. If the derivative is very small, close to 0, this thing may not lead you to the root, or may, let's say, it will not approach to the exact root fast. It will approach very slow. Okay, and of course you should guess x1 correctly, or let's say correctly. Let's say guess x1 that is very close to the expected root. So that's the point. So this is the idea of Newton's method, and basically is about this formula. طيب, any question here, شباب? طيب, yes, فراس.
يا دكتور، المقصد هنا يعني اني انا بحاول اقرب من الاكس انترسبت، هذا هو المقصد.
Yes. If you have a graph of function, if you have, for example, a function like that, and you want to know what is this. Okay, so you try. This is the exact value here. Exact value. طبعا I mean by x value. خلاص. You pick x1, for example, here. You substitute in this formula, you should get x2. You should, if things work, you should get x2 closer. You substitute again, you get x3. وهكذا. Every time you get closer to the root, either from the right or from the left. Okay. So this is the whole point. Okay. طيب. يس محمد.
دكتور بعض الأحيان تقعد يعني أطول وأنا أسويها، يعني ممكن أسوي أطلع عكس 10 أو شيء زي كذا
وما توصل، ما تقرب من شيء.
ما أوصل. ما أوصل.
اي
كتبته في الحاسب على طول يطلع لي سريع، يعني مثلا أوصل 20 والجواب بيطلع 1 بوينت شيء زي كذا.
Yeah, sometimes it will fix the first digit. يعني first let's say decimals، بعدين ايش things get changed and so on. والسبب انه الديريفيتيف هذا، شايف هذا لما يكون derivative very small يعني قريب process يكون very slow.
اوكي
لما يكون الديريفيتيف هذا الصغير، يعني لما تعوض ويكون رقم مره صغير، البروسيس يكون very small. او very slow let's say very slow. فهمت كيف؟ فهذا هذا المشكله هنا. طيب so this is a technique, one application of the derivative, and we use it to find or to approximate this. By the way, this is one way. يعني إن شاء الله الماث what is called it now 371 I think. يعني هذه later، هذه level 300 course, and not all of you gonna take it. Some of you may take it that course. You will learn more about it. يعني Newton's method is one method. There are many other methods too in this one. Okay. طيب. So let's go to the exercises. Let's take this away. Now he said this: use Newton's method with the specified initial approximation x1 to find x2, the second approximation to the root of the given equation. So he gave you equation, okay? And let me just minimize it a little bit. At least we write the main information. Okay. So now here he told you that x to the power 5 is equal x plus 1, such that x1 is equal 1. Yes. So he said find x2. Only find x2. So the formula. First of all, we need to know who is f. Who is f of x? What should I do? This is equation, Shabab. I should make it
equal to 0.
One side.
A equals 0. So either you move this guy to the left or these two terms to the right. Either to the right or to the left. So I will move it this way. I'll move this. So this is minus x minus 1 equal to 0. This is the f. This is the f. Okay. This is the f. So next thing, I need to find the derivative. The derivative is 5x to the power 4 minus 1. Okay. And now, according to the Newton's formula, x2 is equal x1 minus f of x1 over f prime of x1. So x2 equals x1. He told you that it is 1 minus. ايوه. فلما تحط 1 هنا يعطيك ايش؟ 1 minus 1. Yeah, so this becomes plus 1 over, when I put here 1, 5 minus 1 it becomes 4. So this implies that كم يا شباب هنا عندي؟
5 over 4.
5 over 4. 5 over 4, okay? So actually, let me check something here.
It's 1 اللي فوق equals to minus 1.
Yeah, if I put 1 here, 1 minus 1, 0, then you have negative 1. Negative 1 with minus becomes plus.
Okay. I didn't see.
So here 1, 5 minus 1, so we have 4.
Yes.
So it is 5 over 4. I think I wrote in the paper 3 over 4. Maybe I made a mistake. But I did not upload the PDF file, but I will correct that one. I think I wrote 3 over 4. I'm not sure. Is it here? No, not here. Okay. So let me just let me check. Really, I think I wrote 3 over 4. Yeah, I wrote 3 over 4 there. Okay. So let me just correct quickly on my side. 5 over 4. Okay. Right. Okay. طيب. Okay. Okay. So let's come back to this one. طيب. خلاص. So we have this way. Now now let's go to the next one. if x1 is equal to is the initial approximation to the number this fifth root of 20. The use of Newton's method to find missed in here. Then use Newton's method to find the second approximation x2. So what should I do? Well, he told you x1 is equal to find x2 as an approximation to this. Okay, if someone told you please approximate this root. طبعا بعضكم يقول I have calculator, I just click the calculator and you will get. You're right, yes, but at least let's understand the principle here, okay? طيب. So here what we do يا شباب, we let, because I need to know the approximation of this guy, so let x equal this. Okay, يعني أنا ما أعرف, I don't know what is the value of this one, so let's call it x. يعني the exact value of it is x. Now let's simplify this equation. You see this is fifth root, so if I raise to the power 5, this is x to the power 5 equals 20. That means x to the power 5 minus 20 equal to 0. This guy, let's call it f of x. So we have f of x equal to 0. Okay, and here we can apply the Newton method. So so here f prime of x is equal what? Is 5x to the power 4. Now we are ready. Now x2 is equal, sorry, not 1, 2 minus, I substitute 2 here, so we get what? 2, let me write it here, 2 to the power 4 minus 20.
32 minus 20, which is
yeah, which is 12. 12 over
12
16.
16, 5 times 6.
5 times 16. But of course, you know that this is divide by 4, you get 3. Divide by 4, you get what? You get 4, right? So this is equal to, or let's we put it down, 2 minus 3 over 20, right? So this implies that 20, 40 minus 3, so this is 37 over 20. This is the x2, huh? The x2. واضح شباب؟ طيب, this is an easy question. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now let x1 equal 0 be the initial approximation of the x coordinate of the point of intersection of the graphs of y equal this and y equal that. Find the second approximation x2 given by Newton's method. Here, what is missing يا شباب is the function. يعني he gave you x1, but you need to find the function, right? So here x1 is equal to 0. So what is f? Now the key word here you have is intersection point. ايش يعني intersection point? What do you do in order to find the intersection point? Yes.
The function equals the function.
Exactly. So it's y equals y. If you remember, Shabab, y equals y, right? This is what you did. So here you have sine x plus 5 over 2 equals ln 2x plus 1. Okay. So خلاص, let's close it. طبعا, of course, the question is find x2. This is I remember. Find x2. طيب. Yeah. So what you will do, you move one of the functions to other side. So we have, for example, sine x plus 5 over 2 minus ln 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. هذا نسميها f. Okay. هذا نسميها f. Okay. So what is f prime? Abdulaziz, yes. What is f prime?
Cosine sine x plus 5 over 2 minus 2 over 2x plus 1.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so we have this now. Okay, so now x2 equals x1. which is 0, minus, I substitute 0 in the original function. So when I substitute 0 here, I get 1 minus, yeah, so I get 1 here only. And I substitute 0 in the denominator. So when I put 0, cosine pi over 2 is 0. Forget about it. When I put 0 here, I get what? I get negative 2. Right? So this means that half.
Half, yes.
Half. Okay, you get half only. Right. Yeah, so that's it. So you see here now the function is coming from the intersection point. So you have to find the function. Okay. Right. This is one question. The other one, to find a root of the function this, where we use Newton's method. When x1 equals 0, we have x2 equal 2. And when x0 equal 1, we have x1 equals 6 over 5. Find a and b. Sorry. Yeah. bit عشان ايش؟ right. Yes. ها شباب, what should I do? Let me write the information again on the paper. This is x cubed plus ax plus b. When x1 equals 0, we have x2 equal 2. When x0 equal 1, we have x1 equal 6 over 5. طيب, وطبعا هنا find a and b. خلاص, يلا. Anyone tell me what should I do? Yes, Firas?
You can derive it first and use it to find the a. Use the Newton's method to find the a. Then substitute in the original function to find the b.
Very good. So we have here a. So this is a derivative. Okay. So what we do, Shabab, try to find x2 in this case. Huh? x2. So what is x2, Shabab? x2 is equal x1 minus f of x1 over f prime of x1, right? So خلاص, let me close this one. So this implies that. Now x2, we know that it is 2. He told you. He told you the value at the end is 2, which is 0. He told you. Minus f of x1, 0. I substitute here 0, so I have what, Shabab? B. Now I substitute 0 in the prime. What do you have? A. Right? So this at the end, you get what? You get B equal negative 2A. Right? Because this is 0, so we multiply here A, multiply by negative, so we have this one here. Okay? So this is one thing. Now, x1 is equal x0 minus f of x0 over f prime of x0. x1, he told you, he told you it is 6 over 5. Okay? So now this is 6 over 5 equals x0 is 1. So this is 1 minus. I substitute 1 in the original function. When I substitute 1, I will get 1 plus a plus b. I substitute the 1 in the derivative. So we have 3 plus a. Okay? But this implies that this is equal to 1 minus. Now from here, I put, instead of b, I will put negative 2a. So it will be 1 minus a over 3 plus a equal this guy. Now I continue. If I find a, I will find b. Right? If I find a, I will find b. So 6 over 5 is equal 1 minus a over 3 plus a. What should I do next, Shabab?
Take 1 to the other side.
Take 1 to the other side. Also, let's do it here. So it will be 1 minus a over 3 plus a equal 1 minus 6 over 5, which means that minus 1 over 5. Okay, so يعني here we're going to have minus 3 minus a equal 5 minus 5a. Move this guy here, so we have minus 4a equal minus 8. This implies that a is equals 2. Right. If a is equals 2, implies that b equals, now if you look here, remember the formula here, b is equal minus 4. Okay, so a is 2, b is negative 4. Any question here, شباب?
Clear.
Okay, good.
It's clear.
Good. طيب, this is a nice question actually. يعني instead of asking you Newton's method directly, no, you have to use it like a puzzle actually, like a puzzle to solve the okay. طيب. Yeah, this is 4 or 5. I leave it to you. I don't want to solve everything. I leave it to you. So think about it. How to solve this problem. The question is like multiple choice. Choose one. Which one of the following is the possible values for A and B? So you try to figure out which one is the correct answer here. Okay. طيب. Now let's move to the next section. The last section of the course, which is antiderivatives, and this is an important section for Math 102, or actually let's say when you inshallah get to Math 102 in section 5.3, if I'm not mistaken, you're gonna rely on this. You need to remember everything you learn in the antiderivatives. Okay. So you will see a lot of exercises. I put it here in this section. So I want you to practice more and more. So especially this concept to stick in your head, because you're gonna need it in Math 102, especially in the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Okay. So now, yes, find the most general antiderivative of the function. Let's solve these problems, and in the same time, let's remember what are the antiderivatives. There is a table, right? There is a table of antiderivatives. I told you, please remember or memorize the table. Okay, and the antiderivative means what, Shabab? When I ask you, please find the antiderivative of this, what does it mean? When I ask you find the antiderivative, what does it mean?
Find the function that was before the process of deriving.
Yeah,
differentiate.
very good. Find a function. Capital, let's say capital F or whatever you want, such that capital F of X, when you differentiate, it will give you this guy, F of X. Okay. So this is meaning of antiderivative, عكس الدerivative, اللي هو البروسيس before the derivative. Okay. طيب. How to do that? Well, for this function F, you remember there is a way you learn how to do it. When you have X to the power a number, except -1 طبعا. And this number is not -1. So what is the rule you learn to do?
Add the power by 1 and divide by the new power.
By the new power. So we have here 1 over 2. So you say X to the power. You add 1 to the 2. So you're going to have 3 over, divide by this new power 3. Okay. في المدارس الشباب ما ادري درستوا هذا الشيء في المدرسه، كانوا يقولوا لكم ضيف واحد على الاس واقسم على الاس الجديد. ضيف واحد على الاس واقسم على الاس الجديد. I don't know, maybe did you take this in schools يا شباب؟ الثانويه؟ You took it in, huh? Some of you may took it, I think. Yeah. So we have it here. طيب, minus 2. Now I have X to the power on. Anyone else يا شباب? What is the antiderivative of this guy? By the way يا شباب, the coefficient constant, it goes down, huh? So we don't. But X, huh? Yes, Muhammad?
Power 2.
X to the power 2 over
By 2.
Very good. Plus, when you have 6, what will be the antiderivative of 6? Who is the function when you differentiate it will give me 6?
6x.
6x, okay? And there is one term that it doesn't matter whenever whenever the constant, the constant term, because any number you can put here, when I differentiate, it will give me this one. So this is we put C here. That's why they call in the question here the most general antiderivative. The most one is when you have plus C. طبعا here yes.
Do we have to always like put C when we find the antiderivative?
Yeah. You have to put C because you're not talking about one function. You are talking about a set of functions that will solve this. Okay. هذه set هذه نفكر فيها كأنها set of functions. يعني C 1 2 3 negative fractions whatever يعني. Okay. So that's why we include everything. طيب. Let's simplify this. This is x to the power 2 with 2 will go. So you have x squared plus 6x plus C, and you are done. Okay. So this is for the first one. طيب. Let's go to the next one. How to find antiderivative of this guy. In the table, you don't have a rule. Oh, sorry, you don't have a rule for a product. So we don't say, well, I will find the antiderivative first times the antiderivative second. This is wrong. This is completely wrong. But I have to do something to that function before I take the antiderivative.
We multiply them, right?
Yeah.
Expand.
So expand this. So we have 2x squared, 2x minus x. So we have plus x, 1 minus 1 minus 1. So this implies that the antiderivative is capital F of x equals, what are you going to say here, Shabab?
2x power 3 over 3.
Yeah, plus
The x power 2 over 2 minus
minus x plus c. معلش إذا أنا مشيت بسرعة يا شباب. يعني yeah, so you have to do it this way. يعني. Actually, you should be quick, a little bit quick on this one. يعني it is a skill, but it's nice if you do it quickly. Like, now this one. Also, this is not in the table. This is not in the table of antiderivatives. So what should we do?
Do we say t? We get the denominator.
Find each one of them.
You mean divide each one of them over the denominator, right? So
No,
this will be t to the power 1 over this t to the power negative half.
Yes.
So here plus t to the power what? 1 minus half. So we have what? t to the power no half. معلش. Plus t to the power 3 over 2. في بعضكم بيقول لا بطلعها فوق ويصير t to the power negative half واضرب في كل term. نفس الشيء. Okay, the same thing. طيب now this implies that the antiderivative capital G of t, which is equal to, now you do the same idea. You have the variable t raised to power number. So we're going to say what, Shabab? Add 1 becomes what? T to the power
T to the power
over
half.
T to the power
3 over 2.
3 over 2.
Over
3 over 2.
3 over 2 plus t to the power
5 over 2.
2 over 5 over 2. طبعا plus. طبعا look يا شباب here because we're gonna yeah, you can see this fraction becomes reciprocal up here and this reciprocal goes up and this also it goes up. So whenever we are dealing with the fraction power, what we do, we multiply by reciprocal in short. Okay, just to make it short later, when you have a fractional, you just multiply by the reciprocal of this exponent, right? So this is what you're gonna do. Right. Now let's go to the next one. By the way, you can't stop me, Shabab, if anything not clear.
Actually, yes, okay.
Yes, Abdulaziz.
There is a table. I think there is something is not clear, very clear in the table at 4.9.
Which function?
It says the function is sine x, and the antiderivative is cosine x.
What is the derivative of cosine x?
Minus sine.
So he told you that the antiderivative.
No, I'm sorry. The function is cosine x, and particular antiderivative is sine x.
Sine x. So what is the derivative of sine?
Cosine.
Cosine. يعني هذا الاف وهذا الكابيتال اف. ايش معناته؟ معناته لما اسوي الديريفيتيف لهذا يعطيني هذا.
صحيح.
Okay, so there is no mistake يعني. Okay. طيب. Okay, so let's go to next one. So now we are dealing with trig functions or trigonometric functions. F of theta equal 5 secant theta tan theta minus 2 e theta plus 3 cosine hyperbolic theta. So I want to find the most general antiderivative. Anyone who did not participate? عندنا اثنين ما سمعنا اصواتهم. احمد جمال. انا احمد.
معك يا دكتور.
يلا تفضل اذا تقدر يعني يلا.
والله توني داخل يا دكتور بس.
طيب مو مشكلة. اوكي. مين اي واحد يا شباب من اللي ما شاركوا. محمد فراس معاي من اول. والله ما ادري كلكم صرتوا غير طيب اوكي. محمد الخميس يلا تفضل.
ماني متأكد بس حجرب.
جرب يلا.
أول واحدة 5 سيكان ثيتا to the power ما في باور؟
لا امورك تمام 5 سيكان ثيتا. ايوه
اوكي ماينس هذه ما اعرف لا صراحة.
the same
اي صح same.
differentiate this you get this.
Yes. Plus 3 sine hyperbolic theta.
ممتاز. اوكي يعني in fact يا شباب if you're not sure about your answer try to differentiate. If you recover this function that's your fine. What is derivative of 5 secant theta? You're gonna say 5 derivative of secant. I know secant tan. Okay, derivative of this is this. Derivative of this 3 sine hyperbolic theta. You know that it is cosine hyperbolic theta times 3, and of course that constant will give you يعني زين. So this is the most general antiderivative. طيب last one يا شباب. No, not last one actually. This is before the last one. F of x equal 2 plus x square over 1 plus x square. I did not learn it from the table. This is not in the table. So how to find the antiderivative of this guy? What should I do? يا شباب who knows? What should I do?
I'm not sure.
No, I know you raise your hand, but I'm waiting for the others. What should I do? I know you know your hand. لا keep your raising محمد علي عشان لو ما في أحد جاوب حجيك أنت. اختار. خلي يدك مرفوعة.
لا ماني عارف أنا بالغلط.
سحب نفسك ها. أوكي طيب. أوكي. يس. محمد زكري تغريري. Long division, very good. I do long division. So I will take a side. So we have x squared plus 1 and here x squared plus 2. So I multiply by 1, x squared plus 1 minus, so we have 1, right? So this function is equal, what should I write? According to this?
1 plus the remainder over
this denominator, x squared plus 1. Very good. طيب, what we did يا شباب, we simplified the function. Still, we did not find antiderivative. We just simplified the function. طيب, now what is the antiderivative? Antiderivative of 1 is x. Who is the function I differentiate? I get 1 over x squared plus 1.
Ln x.
tan inverse
x.
انا رحت لين
لا رحت لين يعني شفت المقام قلت على طول.
انا فكرت فيها بالبدايه لين بس.
اي بس شوف باور 2 ها شوف باور 2 this is different. اذا كان باور 1 ايوه لين plus okay yeah so this is the function the antiderivative of this one. هذه على فكره حتشوفون ماث 102 زي كذا وانا متاكد في طلاب حيوقفوا عندها لانه تحتاجها هذه ماث 1 يعني one of the ideas. So do the long division على طول the antiderivative is this.
لما نشوف بسط مقام we do the long division, right?
Not one of the if the degree of the numerator, because you look here is degree 2 polynomial and here's degree 2. If the degree are equal or the numerator is higher, do the long division.
Okay, all right.
If a degree the numerator is less than degree of denominator, no. This not in this course. In Math 102, يعني you will learn how to deal with it. Okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you.
تمام. Last one يا شباب. What is the antiderivative of this? I don't want to write it يعني خلاص. What is the antiderivative of the first one? First step, 4 over root.
4 cosine. No, I mean sine inverse x.
Sine inverse of x. ويا أحمد الترم الثاني. Who is the function I differentiate against secant square?
والله ما ادري يا دكتور.
طيب who is the function I differentiate against secant square يا شباب؟
Tan.
Tan. Very good. Tan will give me secant square. So I don't need to write it. The answer it's in the PDF file. Yes. طيب next question he asks you to find the function f whose the derivative is equal to that. So I'll solve one of them and I leave the rest to you. So if f prime of x is equal to 20 x cubed minus 12 x squared plus 6x. مين هو ال f؟ Find f whose derivative is this, so it means that find the antiderivative, شباب, right? So yes, Muhammad Ali.
So the first one, 20x to the power 4 over 4
Means 5x to the power 4 minus
minus 12x to the power 3 over 3, which is 4x 3
0
plus x. Yes.
Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is it. طيب, this is what you get. Very good. طبعا يا شباب, if I do fraction whatever, you are right. يعني if you want to do it step by step, that's fine. But I prepare you a little bit quick here because.
Doctor, I have a question. If,
yes.
If the question said find the antiderivative, but of f1, for example, f as 1, f1, yes.
Yeah. That's you are talking about something like that. He gave you some data.
Yes. What will with the constant?
Yeah. We are coming to that. Don't worry. I'm covering that one also. Okay. طيب. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Now here he told you f double prime of x is equal 1 over cube root of x to the power 5. How to find the original f? But keep in mind this is second order. Huh? How to find the original f? Let me cover this way. How to find the original f? Yes, Firas.
Maybe first try to make it as an exponential 4.
Yeah, so it will be x to the power
negative 5 over 3.
Very good. That's the first step. Very good. Now next step.
Then do the antiderivative.
So when I take the antiderivative, Shabab, what will be the antiderivative? How I call it?
It will be the first derivative.
The first derivative of x. So when I do the antiderivative, it will be first derivative. And the first derivative will be, yes? X to the power? You add 1. Just in the margin. Plus 1.
It will be negative 2 over 3.
Minus 2 over 3.
Minus 2 over 3 ضرب
over minus 2 over 3 over
3 over
اي احنا قلنا خلاص نختصر الموضوع نضرب في الرسم بلس C. Don't forget there is C. طيب now let's go antiderivative again. The next one, the antiderivative of this one will be the original function. So it means that you take also antiderivative of this. So what is antiderivative of this? Minus 3 over 2 times. Now here it will be x to the power
1 over 3.
1 over 3 times
3.
It is 3 over 1 actually, but 3. Okay. Plus what is the antiderivative of C? Cx. Plus there is another constant. Let's call it C, B, whatever. But our number, this one C1, C2. Okay. Or call it different letter. That's fine. That's fine. All fine. Okay. So this is f of x equal minus 9 over 2 x to the power of 3 plus c1x plus c2. Okay. So this is the function you have. Right? Okay. This is the third order derivative. So you have to take antiderivative 3 times back. until you get the original function. The final answer is there, so you can check it. Right. Now we are coming to the questions where he provides more data on the function to find the specific function, not only just general antiderivative. No, we need also to find the specific function for them. So I will copy this one here in my paper. F double prime of t equal 3 over root t, such that f of 4 is equal to f prime of 4 is equal 7. Okay, and let's make a figure. So what should I do? I'll do the same process. By the way, this is equal 3 times t to the power ايش يا شباب؟
Negative half.
Negative half. Okay, very good. So f prime of t becomes t طبعا في 3 هنا, t to the power, you add 1, so it becomes half times 2, right? Plus c. So this implies that 6t to the power half plus c. Okay? طيب, before I go to the next derivative, next antiderivative, you see this information, this is helpful in this step. This information is helpful in this step. So when t equals 4, then what you have? You have 7 equals when you substitute 4 in this derivative, right? So when you substitute 4 here, shabab, you get what? 12 plus c. So this implies that c equals
minus
negative 5. Very good. So f prime of t is equal 6t to the power half minus 5. Fine. Now this implies that when I take antiderivative again, this will be 6 times t to the power
3 over
2.
yeah, times 2 over 3 yeah, minus 5t
minus 5t
plus c. You call it c, مثلا c1 مثلا. Okay, do you want to distinguish with that? So yeah, so this is 12, right? So this is 12. 12 over 3, which means
4.
4. إيه على طول 4. ممتاز. طيب. Now I will use this. Sorry, I'm behind the camera. Okay, so we use this. When t equals 4, then you're gonna have 2 equal. I substitute 4 here. ايش يصير عندنا شباب؟ 4 2 to the power 3 8 times 4 32 minus 10 plus c1. So this implies that
C1 is negative 20.
yeah, so C1 is equal. Now here we're gonna have 22, so it's negative 20. Okay, negative 20. Right? So the final answer is f of t equals, now I copy from, can you see, yes, 4t to the power 3 over 2 minus 5t minus 20. Okay. طيب. That's it. طبعا the next one. Yes Ahmed.
In some questions, there is no f prime, just
yes,
f4 equal 2 and f
here.
equal 7.
It's covered here. Don't worry. It is covered
okay.
here. Okay, don't worry. It's covered here. Which is this one? You are talking about some questions like this. Okay. Like,
Yes.
Instead of solving this one, I will solve similar to this, but in another set of problems. The last set. The last set is about particle and position. Okay. Particle and the position function. So if he gave you the velocity, ya shabab, how to find the position function? Let me draw this diagram for you, yani, to understand the situation of this. Okay. So if you have position function, ايش يعني position function؟ الفانكشن اللي يقول لك وين البارتيكل. If you have a line and you have some particle moving either forward or backwards, it will tell you where is the particle. Okay, يعني put time t. Okay, this is s of t. When you put time t, it will tell you where is the particle. Is it on the right? Is it on the left? How many units from the origin, from the right to the left? Okay, we're talking about one dimension. When I differentiate, shabab, differentiation, what I will get velocity. velocity. Okay, the rate of change of distance with respect to the time. When I differentiate again, you get
acceleration.
acceleration. Okay. Now, when I take the antiderivative from acceleration, it will recover the velocity. When I take the antiderivative from the velocity, you will recover the position function. Okay. So instead of saying f prime, f double prime, no, here he gave some terminologies here. We're gonna use exactly in physics. Okay. Right. Now let's go to that our problem. Let's solve this one. I will solve Ahmed a problem as you said, Ahmed Bukshan. I will solve exactly as you said. Okay. But now let's take this one and we will do the other one. Okay. Now v of t is equal to t plus 1 over t cube, where s1 equal half. طبعا هو الكويشن يقول لك find the position function, find s of t. Okay, find the position. You see here in the question he said find the position of the body. He means position function. Okay, طيب. So to find the position function, keep in mind this is t plus t to the power negative 3. Huh? So s of t now is equal. I take the antiderivative, so this will be
t square over 2.
over 2, or and then you add 1 to the power t negative 2
minus 2 over s.
Yeah, so we have this one plus c. Okay, you almost covered the position function, but he gave you this information. So s1 equals half implies that half equals, I substitute 1 here, so you have half minus half plus c. This implies that c equals half. So s of t equals half t square minus 1 over 2 t square, you can say like this, plus half. Plus half. You want to simplify this, make it one fraction, is up to you. Okay. طيب. So this is the answer. This is the position function. Now I will answer. Where is it? Yeah, this one, the last question. This is as you said, Ahmed. If he gave you not derivative, if he gave you a function. So you have a of t. Okay, I know you don't see it, but I will show it to you now. F of 0 is equal 0. S of 1 equal 22. Yeah. طيب انتبهوا يا شباب، ترى هذا acceleration. لما اروح للفيلوسيتي ايش نسوي؟ سوري.
Antiderivative velocity, antiderivative position.
Yeah, so this is minus. What is minus what يا شباب؟
2t square.
2 to the t power
2 plus 6t
plus
c. طيب. Now, if you look at this information, he didn't give you v. Okay. So I cannot do anything. So I have to keep going.
We're gonna have 2 constants, and we're gonna them using.
We have to go. So we have this will be antiderivative of this. What it will be? T to the power 4 over 4, but I have 3, so it will be over 12.
Oh, okay.
They will multiply.
Yes.
Minus. Now this will be t to power 3 over 3. So it means minus 2. Yeah, exactly. Plus t square over 2. This is 3t square plus. Now this will be ct plus another constant. I will call it c. Let's call this c1, c1. Let's call the new one c2. Okay.
It would be 0, doctor. It would be 0. You can know from the given.
Yeah, because of this. Yeah, of course. It comes because of that. But originally you should put c2. And if I change any other number, that will be not 0. Okay. Right. Okay. Now this is the position function, and you have c1, c2, and you have 2 conditions. Let's start with this one. S0 equals 0 implies that 0 equals here means that's every t substitute by 0. So you have 0, 0, 0, 0, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus c2. So this implies that c2 equals 0. Okay. طيب. Now when s1 equals 20, implies that 20 equals, now I substitute 1, so it will be 12 minus 2 over 3 plus 3 here plus ايش هي what is it here؟
C
C
C1 و C2 كم؟
0
0
خلاص.
because of this. So I have it here. Now you need to solve this guy here. You need to solve this guy. This is 20 equals 12. 1 minus you multiply by 4, which is 8. You multiply by 12, so you have 36 plus C1. So implies that C1 equals 20 minus over 12. I think 27, if I'm not mistaken, right? 27. This is divisible. Divisible by 3, you get 9. Divisible by 3, you get 4, right? So this implies that C1 equal 80 minus 9, so it would be 71 over 4. Not mistaken here in calculation. And the final answer will be what, Shabab? Let's write the position function. S of t equals 12t to the power 4 minus 2 over 3t cubed plus 3t square plus 71 over 4t.
Doctor,
Yes.
shouldn't it be 29 over 12?
Okay. Let's. So here 28 plus 29. Okay, I made a mistake. 29 over 12. Yeah, 29 over 12. So yes. So yeah, it will be very big number. Okay, it will be very big number. So it will be 12 to 40 minus.
Calculator.
No need calculator. So when you subtract this, you have 2 1 1, right? 211. 211 over this.
Correct.
Yeah, so this is not divisible. Okay, not divisible. I want to make sure that I did not make any mistake. 4 over 4. 3 over 3 minus 2 over 3. The square over 2 3. C1t, yes. So S1, so I substitute 1. So 1 over 12 minus 2 over 3, 3 C1, yes, very good. So when I make common denominator 12, 1 minus 4, 8, 12 less 36. 28, 129 over 12. 12 when I multiply by 20, 240. Yeah. I don't think we are making mistakes here. So 211 over 20. Okay, 211 over. What am I writing? Yeah, 211 over 12. Okay. طيب. Any question here, Shabab?
Clear, doctor.
طيب. Yeah, so this is it. All the previous ones you can solve them. You can solve them by yourself. Okay. This is like the acceleration and velocity that he didn't give you the derivative. He gave you the original function. So the same idea. Take the antiderivative until you reach f, and then substitute these two. You will know who are the constants of integration or constants of antiderivatives. Okay. That's it for today. Actually, I don't have more ideas. Okay. Yes. So stop recording.